His eyes are really far apart. The apples actually turn to like alcohol on the ground, and they eat them.
So the sheep get drunk.
And it fucks them up a bit. Now they get drunk, or yeah, it's not good for their stomach. So that's my neighbour's sheep.
Morning cheesecakes, welcome to Devon. I'm here with my mate Ross, and today we're gonna go and do some motorbiking. So I've known Ross now for, God, what, like 7 years? Something like that. He's a pretty epic bike builder. He's got off-road bikes, he's got bobbers, all kinds of things. And so Ross actually got me into building bikes. I've been riding them since I was 16. But he's the one that kind of showed me the ropes in how to put one together, and so we built a little XS250 cafe racer together a few years back. But yeah, as I'm back in the UK, I thought I'd come down to the beautiful English countryside to catch up with him and go ride some motorbikes. What's this, like a 5 litre?
Yeah, 5 litre V8, whatever they call it in American, cubic inch. Don't really know, but
it's about like 100 horsepower.
About 60 horsepower. Pretty standard. Could probably fit another 3 engines in there, it's not that big.
It's so quiet, isn't it?
Yeah, on the front you can't hear it at all, nothing. Anything different is the carb and the manifold. The original carb had a crack in it, so it was leaking, sucking into some air. And then put a new radiator in it last year. My washer pump's just knackered, so I need to do that. I've got a new one from America, it was about £2 part. With the postage, probably cost about 30 quid. That's for the washer wipers. Because I haven't glued the I need to
the knob back.
I need to glue the knob back on.
So yeah, Ross has got a few toys. Obviously got the truck. He's got this awesome transporter van, which is like half van, half camper. So he's got the awning for the side of it, and I think he's going to put a pop top on it as well. But yeah, he's done the 17-inch Steelies. Are these 17s or 18s? 18s, aren't they? 18-inch Steelies, lowered. You put it. Oh, it's on Bilshines. Yeah. And then didn't you have all the side windows put in as well?
Yeah.
So. Yeah. I would love one of these. Yes, we got the second row for his little boy, and then a ton of room in the back, and then all of this has been properly kitted out. Really nice van, really nice. There she is.
There's the Honda.
So I absolutely love the old CBR 400s and the RVFs and VFR 400s. And I said to Ross when we were down here on a little road trip, weren't we? We brought the bikes down and we're at Paynton Bike Night, and I saw this beautiful NC29 CBR 400. And I was like, I'm gonna get one of those one day. And Ross is like, oh, I've never really looked at them. Never really checked them out before. And I was like, yeah, they're great. It's like my dream little sports bike, 400cc. They're quick, they're agile, great fun on the twisties. Oh yeah, cool. They're quite nice, aren't they? Anyway, 2 weeks later, he calls me up. Mate, do you wanna come down and pick up a bike with me? I was like, yeah, sure. What have you found? So we go down, and there's this immaculate, brand new. And was it an NC35 you had? Was it the RVF? RVF. With a single side swing arm? Yeah. Just the absolute holy grail.
1992.
Of those, yeah, of those old retro grey import Hondas. And he bought it and never rode it. and then he sold it a month ago.
I did it purely just to piss Adam off. I bought it, had it for about 6 years, and I just sold it.
But anyway, this is the one that got us together, isn't it?
Yeah, which is a bit of a sad state at the moment.
The old root beer bobber.
Raced it at Dirtquake, and it almost killed me because the kickstand's a bit too proud. But I've fixed all the electrics, which are in that little box there, so it needs a bit of a rewire, which I'm going to do over the winter, and then it'll be good to go.
So yeah, Ross basically called me up. I had a mutual friend with his brother, and I'd done a photo shoot at his brother's apartment, used it as a location, and Ross then got in touch with me, said he'd just built this bike, wanted it photographed, so we took it over to a studio in Birmingham and shot pictures of it, and then
Got a magazine somewhere.
It's been a bromance ever since.
That was a 1972 MX360 motocrosser, Yamaha.
Hold on, before you go any further, can you turn off that music so I don't get thrown off YouTube?
So that's my flat track vintage bike. I race in the British flat track series, which is getting bigger and bigger each year. It was an MX360, 1972 Yamaha, obviously. I bought it, and I was either going to restore it as a motocrosser and race some twin shock, but I was fancying a bit of the flat track scene, so I cut the back off, lowered it, put an XS 650 front end on it, which is what this was originally, which is that bike there.
It's mad, isn't it? That's how it started.
That was this one here. Yeah, so I put a different front end on it because it needs to be nice and low and stiff. Engine was completely rebuilt. I didn't do that. I can do the top end engines and stuff, but I've never done bottom end stuff. I probably could, but I just didn't have the time. And fitted a flat track seat and this guy here. So this is a Gemco exhaust. So there's an old boy in America, he used to make all the old flat track exhausts back in like the 70s. He's still alive. I got his number and called him up, and he made exhaust for me and sent it over from America. But I smashed it up at a race a couple of years ago. It's got a bit of a jump in it, and I just sent it off the jump and just smashed the exhaust a bit. So that's all been repaired and stiffened up, and it's good to go, and it rips. Unfortunately, with my job, I don't make enough race weekends. Otherwise I'd be sort of competing for the title, but hey ho.
And then this thing?
This thing is my old Beamer. This is a 1977 R87 B&W Airhead. This engine, they've been using this engine for years. They still use this engine. It's only last year it's gone water cooled, so it's tried and tested. And this has took us around Europe.
I was going to say, you've put some miles on this, haven't you?
Yeah, we did about 4 weeks around Europe. Put a really nasty screen on it because it's horrible on the motorway. So that was kind of where we went. It's pretty cool. But this gnarly old screen like this. But
it's not a looker, is it?
It's not a looker, but I love it. Absolutely love it. And yeah, on the motorway, literally, you could just be doing 90 and you don't feel it because of that. It's quite cool. That's me racing that.
Oh yeah.
At Dirtquake. And then the following year, he'd done the poster. I was racing with Guy Martin. He was racing. Where is he? There's Guy Martin. So we were in the same class, chopper class.
Did you beat him?
I beat him until the final. And he just hooned past me on the final straight. But he's even got it there. I just couldn't go around the corner because my kickstand, which you'll see, was just digging in. It's just throwing me off. So it's a bit scary. But it's a bit fun. But the bike's been trashed ever since.
But today we aren't taking out any of these bikes.
No.
Today we are going to be on the little, well, that's the bigger little bike. Hold on, let me go around there and I'll show you. So this is one of the bikes that we're going to be going on today. This is the little pit bike. And it looks small, but it is mighty. It rips, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a full Fast 50. It's an 88, but it's yeah, it's been tuned up. It's not a kid's bike anymore. It's pretty it's pretty quick now. Adam will show you later.
And so there's a race. What's the race called on the beach that we went to?
Oh, Mablethorpe.
So yeah, Mablethorpe Beach Racing. And what bike were you on for that?
I was on my flat tracker before,
right.
And I blew the engine up.
Yeah. So it was literally right as he got it. So you go out to Mablethorpe. It's a big race on the beach where it's just a big oval, essentially. And what class was that in? Was it like the 125 and under class?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And so Ross was on his flat tracker and he was like, do you want to come down and, you know, you can race it if you want. I didn't have a bike. I was like, well, what am I going to do it on? And he's like, why don't you do it on the 50? So there's me at the starting line, looking like a clown riding a little clown bike.
Yeah.
And yeah, I ripped around this track on that and came absolutely flat last. I think I finished about...
But I found out later that the electronics were knackered on it, because it wasn't going anywhere.
Was.
And the little...
yeah, it wasn't rider error.
CDIs, but there's a little electric control box. Had all rattled to bits in it, so it wasn't running right, but he looked like Krusty the Clown on his little pedal bike.
But it was great fun, and you know, people were cheering me on. I think that's what I was hearing in my helmet anyway. So yeah, we went out and ripped around on that.
People were literally like, what is he doing on that bike? He can't ride that bike. And I was like, yeah, who is he? What an idiot.
Until I'm pushing it into
and
your
then he
van
comes
at the
near
end.
me and I'm like trying to walk away from him in the pits.
So we're going to be heading down to a little off-road kind of playground area that these lads know, not far from here. And when we get there, we're going to meet up with a couple more Ross's mates. And apparently, one of them is a professional freestyle rider. Yeah. So maybe, just maybe, we'll get some backflips. Didn't get a chance to do an intro when we got here because we literally got on it straight away. So yeah, we're just out here, just riding around. The boys have got their mini bikes. I started on the little bike, but I'm not good enough. So it's pretty deep mud out here. So I jumped on Ross's big bike, and it's just a lot easier in this real thick stuff here, just to kind of keep it upright. I washed out as soon as I got into the woods. So he came back to me, and I didn't want to hold the boys up. So just having the big wheels just helps a lot. So yeah, we're out here. I might get the drone up, do a bit of aerial stuff. We've just come across this little track here that I think we're going to ride for a bit. So it's always fun getting out on bikes. Even though I'm rusty as hell, it doesn't hurt to get on two wheels and come out into the English countryside. So let's see how we get on. Well, good morning, good morning. So first of all, sorry about the riding segment being a lot of riding and not a lot of talking. That's because that's what we did. We got on the bikes and we basically didn't get off to stop and talk and have me tell you what we were doing. So I hope you enjoyed that little montage anyway. We had a blast, the guys were awesome. Unfortunately, a lot of the jumps that were built previously had all fallen away because they've had so much rain here. So we didn't get a chance to do any like crazy freestyle stuff, and also the lads bought their mini bikes rather than the big bikes. So we just blasted around in the mud and had a great time. I fell off twice? once, I think. Yeah, only once, which was pretty good. And then I got onto Ross's bigger bike because it was just way too difficult to keep the mini bike in a straight line, and he is a much better rider than I am. So anyway, today what we're going to do is we're going to go out and explore some of the beautiful countryside around here, because it is absolutely gorgeous. We're going to go down to the coast, go and see the ocean, have a look at the cliffs and the beaches down there, and we're going to take Ross's truck because I haven't been in it for a while. So that's the plan. He's getting Björn, his little boy, in the car right now, and then we're going out. It's tight in here. So here we are, me and Ross, two dads just out on our baby.
I need to shut the door.
Oh no! So we're here with the baby, and yeah. So Ross is going to operate the brake. I'm going to operate the accelerator. I don't know if I can put my feet up on here. My hips are so sore from yesterday, from trying to hold on to that bike and not eat poop. So where are we going?
We're going to Anstey's Cove, which is a really nice little cove in Torquay.
Yeah.
Torquay is quite a famous sort of seaside resort, but Anstey's Cove, a lot of the tourists don't know about it.
Little local spot.
So it gets a bit, it's nice and quiet. You sometimes gets busy in the summer, but obviously today, being winter, it's not going to be very busy, but it's nice. The sun's out, it's beautiful. Yeah, it should be pretty good.
So in the summer, I think probably in September time, I'm going to come back, and the lads that we were riding with yesterday also do free diving and cliff jumping. So I think I'll come back down, come hang out with Ross, and we'll do a little bit of that as well. So that will be this coming September, which should be fun, because I've never actually done any diving here in the UK. I've always done it abroad.
It's where we're going now, it's good. I mean, there's never always tons of fish in the UK really, because they're all off the coast, but nice diving, there's loads of swim throughs, there's caves. If there's nice high tides, you know, there's always crab and lobsters you can go and find, things like that.
Nice.
So it is good, and when it, like I said, it hasn't been raining, the visibility now is pretty stunning.
Yeah, not often you see this. We're in an old American truck, and we've got some old, I don't even know what that is, but it's a really old.
That is old.
Vintage thing.
An Alpha? Is it an Alpha badge on it?
No idea, no. No idea what that is. It's nice though. Beautiful. The things you see in the Devonshire countryside.
There's an old pub up here that's older than America itself.
Really? How old is it?
800 years old.
800, wow.
So we'll go past that in a minute.
I do always joke with people in America and say, I've drank in pubs older than this country, and it's true.
So, this village is called Stoke-in-Teenhead. This pub here, the Church House Inn.
Is this the one?
Well, this is the old bit here.
That's 800 years old.
So this is an 800-year-old pub. Thatch roof. Inside there's a really old fire that's still in there. It's pretty rad. Old like oven, fire oven. And then basically most of these houses in this village is sort of over 600 years old really.
It's mad, isn't it?
So that's the hotel. It's massive. Old hotel. It's like proper Dirty Dancing hotel. It had like a golf club. That was the sports hall.
Oh wow.
It's like, that's just a sports hall. Yeah. And then the size of it, it's massive. So it's like one of them hotels you come to back in like the 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
And everything's there, you know.
When people used to go on holiday in the UK instead of going abroad.
This was a tourist spot for British tourists to come to. So this garden's here, that was a golf course, it's all overgrown.
And how long's this been decommissioned?
It's probably been closed about 5 years, probably a bit longer.
That's all. I mean, it's majestic on the back, isn't it?
It's stunning, and I think the Hilton Group's bought it. And yeah, all these woods were owned by it, and obviously I think this beach we're going to now had like a little part of it. But yeah, you got all the gardens up there. It's pretty epic. And then this is Anstey's Cove down that hill.
It is beautiful, isn't it? This part of the world.
The coastline here is pretty stunning.
I said it in the video when I went to Mammoth, that this is the kind of thing that I've lived here for 27 years of my life, and I've never been to this place, for example. And there's no reason why not. I never came and explored the scenery and the natural beauty that we've got here in the UK. I always thought that if I wanted to go somewhere nice or somewhere, you know, more exotic, I would have to go abroad, but I mean, like, this is just stunning. So again, guys, get out, explore. You never know what might be right on your doorstep, because I never knew that this existed. So in the comments, let me know your favourite place in England, your favourite, most beautiful place. I mean, this is pretty high up on my list now, I've got to say. I love the Cotswolds. The Cotswolds are gorgeous too. Obviously not coastal, but some beautiful scenery. Some really nice pubs as well. So yeah, let me know. Where's your favourite place in the UK? The most beautiful? I mean, it is quite sad, isn't it, that, you know, the heyday of this area is over.
It's gone, yeah. It's, I mean, we still get a lot of tourists, but it tends to be quite sort of pound shops and, you know, all sorts of things like that, arcades and stuff. But back in sort of Victorian times, everyone came to the sea, and all the big houses that you see, there's not many around here. And in Torquay, big old Victorian houses used to be like a holiday home. They were like purely for one family. Now they're sort of 6 apartments in one old house. Yeah. But I mean, all the infrastructure's still here. It's still pretty cool. I mean, they built it all Victorian times. It's pretty impressive. Yeah. Really nice.
It stood up to the times and also the weather, hasn't it?
This has been here for years and years. This is a repair that was done about 3 years ago, and that's already
yeah.
And I know who did that.
Alright guys, well that is it for this episode. We're doing the sign off outside of the truck because Björn is asleep and I didn't want to wake him up, because otherwise it makes Ross's life extra hellish this afternoon. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Just a little look into the Devon countryside, bit of motorbikes, bit of sightseeing, bit of hanging out with Ross. I'll be back in September because we are definitely going to do that cliff jumping.
Cliff jumping, some free diving, just more hanging out in the sea basically.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and press the little bell so you get notifications when the videos go live. Hit the thumbs up button, that really helps. And until next time, don't do anything I wouldn't do. See ya. So, we just got back in the truck and I said I didn't want to make a noise because I didn't want to wake Björn up. And then Ross has just closed his door,
ripped the handle
off and made the loudest noise. Have you cut your hand?
No. It's quite weird because I was just about to order some new door cards from America.
Good job.
Because they looked a bit brittle.